So I'm going to read you an excerpt from my book, Teachable Moments, Principles for Biblical Womanhood, and I'm going to read Day 14, Sabbath Rest. In Leviticus 25, Israel was given the command to let the land rest every 7 years. This mirrors how God rested on the seventh day of creation. During the 6th year of every 7-year cycle, God promised the Israelites a harvest to be used for the next 3 years. So, in year 6, he was going to give them a harvest because he wanted them to rest year 7 for year 6, 7, and 8. Okay, that's important. In the 8th year, Israel will have to make room for the new harvest because they were still feasting on the abundance of the 6-year harvest. So not only did he give them harvest for 6, 7, and 8, he gave them an additional harvest for 8. So they had to make room for all this overflow that the Lord was giving them. They had to cancel, In the 8th year, Israel will have to make room for the new harvest because they were still feasting on the abundance of the 6-year harvest. They also had to cancel debts to the Israelites and free Israelite slaves. This is in Deuteronomy 15. When they obeyed, they showed their total reliance upon God to meet their needs. It takes faith not to labor for food, let go of human help, believe the cancellation of debts, and give back the money you depend on. Yet, God promised to bless those that obeyed his command with peace, provision, confidence, and victory in battle. He also warned them that they would otherwise be punished 7 times over. And that's from Leviticus 26 and 18. So the reason that God wanted them to rest is because he was a good father and he wanted to give them provision. And he wanted to show them not to rely on their own will, their own toiling, their own works, but to rely on him. And he wanted to show them that I can bless you exponentially more than with 6 days, in 6 years, than you could harvesting all the time. So in that year 6, he was going to give them more than enough. And then in year 8, he was going to give them even more. So they were going to have the overflow. And that was going to come more than if they harvested crops in the 7th year. And they also had to let go of the slaves, to cancel debts, to bring everything back to equilibrium. Because the thing is, God wanted things to be equal with the Israelites. He was trying to show them, like, look, I have this whole system. I have this figured out. And you can either keep toiling, but you will not have my peace, my provision, my confidence, or my victory in battle. He wanted to give them all the things, but the Israelites wanted to go another way. If you want to read about what they did and what happened further, you can pick up my book, Teachable Moments. It's available now on Amazon. Jennifer Parks.